WayneBreezie, Mo's Nose, Peachy, Fear the Dog.
It's about that time, everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's Nose, Peachy, Breezy, and Fear the God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you down to tone. We two gorillas, silverback, nah, silver
You know it's
horse.
busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's WayneBreezie, Peachy, Mo's Nose, and Fear the God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, it's the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, it's the line is tall. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, it's the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, it's the line is tall. Line is tall. Nitty gritty, it's the line is tall.
What's going on, Nitty Gritty Niners Talk? We told you we were going to do a show. We said last night that we were going to do a show and react if a certain thingamajiggy was going to happen. I'm not going to reveal that. Peachy, the 49ers, as well as every other NFL team, got their 53-man rosters in by 4 p.m. I'm lying because the 49ers didn't get it in by 4 p.m. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to comment, all right? And make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And like Peachy likes to say all the time, tell somebody, share this joint, tell somebody to subscribe to the channel, okay? You could right here on YouTube. You could do that. Bang, bang, bang. Peachy, we got something new we're going to be doing from the WayneBreezie channel. You want to break it down, or you want me to let everybody know what's going on?
You go ahead and let them know what's up.
Oh, now she want to be quiet, right? All right, so here we go. Like any other time, she want to be the one talking. Now, all right, so listen. All right, for those that don't know, we're going to be moving the Nitty Gritty, the WayneBreezie, and the B.A.M show to the Patreon, as well as the Madden live shows. Those are always fun, right? Now, listen, they'll be on YouTube, but they'll be here for rewatch only. Okay, so they won't be live anymore. If you want to watch the live and interact with the crew, the B.A.M crew, the Nitty Gritty crew, just the WayneBreezie crew, make sure you go ahead, go to the Patreons, patreon.com/Wayne, the WayneBreezie. It's right there scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Join either the red, the gold, or the black tier. It'll unlock those shows that we're going to be doing live on over there. All right, so go ahead and support what we're doing over here, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for right now. Also, if we get 49 subscribers to the Patreon, I'll be giving away a 49ers autographed jersey on Monday, which will be Labor Day. Do I have the round of applause? Oh, you wanted to say yay? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, guys, so go ahead and get your butts over there and choose the red, the gold, or the black. And you should always bet on black because that's the one where you get everything. So you go over there, bet on black, choose the red, gold, or the black, and you will be entered into this huge giveaway that we're giving away, an autographed jersey. It'll be random. We'll have a wheel. I'll be like Vanna White. And then we'll be turning the thing like that.
I can't play those Merv Griffin sounds on here.
Right. We can't have those sounds. But Breezy will come up with his own original sounds because that's what he is. He's music. So he'll come up with something of his own for us to do that. And I'll be Vanna White and do that because I've always wanted to be Vanna White.
Do.
I really did. Like I always wanted to be her. So, yep.
Listen, thank you for that. Look,
right, Charles, Vanna Black. I like that.
Vanna China White. Yeah. All right. So the roster has been unleashed.
Yes.
And we did our, we did our predictions on yesterday. Now, I'm going to give you your props right here. So everybody give Peachy a round of applause. Peachy said we were keeping 7 wide receivers. She's the only person I know, and I know a lot of mother peoples, only person in 49er world that said we were keeping 7 wide receivers. Y'all give Peachy a round of applause. And she got all 7 of them right. She got all 7 of the receivers right. We're going to go through those guys as well. It's definitely Papa J. It's definitely an autographed Trent Taylor jersey. But listen, it's autographed, man. So you get it, you get it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get it, you get it. All right. Shout out to everybody out there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We do appreciate you on this impromptu overreaction show. Jax wants everybody to know it's for the low, and she put the link in there. Now, It's not a hyperlink. I don't know how to make it a hyperlink. I think you have to put, I don't know, but copy it, paste it, put it inside the joint. All right, put it inside the joint. Man, this is fun. This is fun. All right, so 53-man roster reveal. I think it's the only thing we care about right now. Really quickly, PG, one player that got cut or waived, released or waived. I want to make sure I use the right terms that you were surprised of. A player that got released or waived that you were surprised.
Saubert.
Eric Saubert.
God.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, did not see that coming at all.
Wait a minute. The Niners only went with 2 tight ends.
Yes, just 2 right now. That's crazy. Like what? 2?
Interesting. Anybody out there, one player that you guys and Peachy, keep an eye on the chat, that they were surprised that was cut or waived. I didn't ask anything else. Cut or waived.
Right.
And if you see it, we'll pull it up. You 2 tight ends is crazy to me.
It's wild.
I'm with you, Pockets. I'm with you, dog. Well,
it's crazy. It's just, yeah.
What if? Now the what's the other thing called? 53 practice squad hasn't been released yet, so we don't know which players on the practice squad. So, okay, we got some players coming in. All right, cool. What if the Niners go after Tanyan?
They might. You know what? Jake
released.
He was released. That is true.
Did I say his name right? I know I get names wrong all the time.
No. Tanyan is what it is. So Jack says Willis.
Okay, so I saw Willis. I'm thinking Malik Willis was on this team. Brandon Willis.
Brandon
Damn
Willis.
it. I yeah. You know what? I'm surprised. That would probably be my biggest surprise. But then other people feel like it was Latu.
Right.
Steven Rodriguez says Latu. I'm not surprised that it wasn't Latu. Listen, if I had to rank those dudes in pass blocking, they both were terrible. If I had to rank them in run blocking, they both were like -10. They were like neck and neck with the intangibles being off. But I thought Latu ran better routes. I liked what I saw from
did too.
Braden Willis, though, because he was more versatile, but he couldn't block, which made me think that's why they went with Jake Tonkus. I remember I said they were going to go with vets. They were going to go with vets, but my dumb self said put a young guy on there, and I put Braden Willis, but I never thought we would go with 2 tight ends.
So
Cali Boy. I'm sorry, go back to that, but Niner Cali Boy just subbed to the Patreon. I got to give him the ear horns for that.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
All right, what was you saying about somebody said something?
Callie said Graham.
Jalen, so to be fair, I had him making it as a linebacker, and I don't know if I was super surprised because I saw him struggling a lot, and then it was just like the other linebackers were just doing the right things.
Yes.
But here's the thing: I think Jalen Graham will clear waivers, Collie, and go back to the practice squad and just get more time and reps with this system if he chooses to sign, right? Remember, these players that have been released are free agents. The players that are waived have to clear waivers. So it's going to take some time. And remember, the Niners are, 31st on the waiver wire? So they're second to last.
31st.
Yeah. Yep. So 30 other teams get to select before the Niners get there.
We do. So we got to hope that they run through them quick. And then Eddie G says he's surprised that Mitchell went on.
I know, but I wasn't there yet. Like I had it set up. I said,
I'm sorry.
Waived or cut. See, people don't got to follow the instructions. Waived or cut. We were going to get to there. All right, so let's go here with Eddie G and the B-Dogs, man. Shout out to my big bro. Yeah, like, if who saw this coming? I know nobody saw this coming. Everybody thought Mitchell was going to do, I think, 1 of 3 things. 1, make the roster. 2, get traded And 3, I can't even think with the third thing. So 1 or 2 things. Is there a 3? Is there 3? This was not an option. I don't think anybody saw this. How surprised were you when we put this out? I had no problem with Jordan Mason being RB2.
Yes.
But I just didn't see. I remember I kept
was
saying,
very happy to see that. RB2.
I just didn't think that the Niners should get rid of Mitchell because he's better on the roster. So let's talk about the running backs, right? Let's talk about the running backs because they're a free agent that they signed. Patrick Taylor II made the roster. Okay. I'm not going to show any pictures or anything like that because I have no idea why the account is where it is. So I'm just going to talk about what I got. All right. So Patrick Taylor II, Isaac Guerrero, right? Okay. And then the other guys we knew were going to be locks. We knew all these. So we picked these running backs, except for Patrick Taylor. That was we didn't have him on the roster.
That was actually a shock that he made the 53.
So that was a shock. And the Elijah Mitchell was the surprise.
Right. But a shock was Patrick Taylor. I did not see that coming. When I saw it, I'm like, what? But since Mitchell is on season in IR, and the 49ers wanted to keep 4 running backs. And I think Breezie had said that they would probably keep 4 running backs and everything. So I think that's why Taylor made it, because of Mitchell's situation.
So here's the kicker, right? So it's like, all right. So Mitchell is this year's Cameron Latu. Niners only claimed one player. Well, 2 people. They claimed 2 players for season-ending IR. Drake Jackson, Elijah Mitchell. Were they in the same draft? No. Well, Mitchell was before Jackson. So Drake Jackson and Elijah Mitchell are done, shut down for the season. I'm struggling with the rules of the accrued season.
Yeah.
I thought that if they don't play at least 6 games, then they don't get the accrued season. Am I wrong?
That's what I thought. I thought so.
And the reason why I'm asking is because next year he still owes the Niners technically. Oh, yes. You know what? You know what? It's not per season. It's accrued the amount of years he's been in the league.
Oh, okay.
Right? So he might have an accrued amount of time, and this was his seasons have been accrued. And wait, that's going to be interesting though. So why put him? Okay, so then it doesn't make sense. If he's injured, why put him on season-ending IR? Because then next year he's a free agent, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
I don't get it. We'll figure it out.
We'll
figure it out. Eddie, let's see if we got any questions out there about the running backs. We'll go position by position, guys. So like we'll start with the running backs, and we'll backtrack to the core. We'll say the quarterbacks for last. CMO 614. Do you think we go after Frank Gore Jr.? What do you think, PG?
No, I don't. I think the 49ers focus is on tight end for one. I mean, you can't just have 2. You gotta have other tight ends on there. I know that people feel like that Saubert might be back after other transactions are made. I don't. I wish we would, but I just don't think that that's where their head is right now.
Oh, okay. I get what's happening. Okay. You just hit the light bulb. Where's the ding ding? Okay. I believe Kalia Davis and John Feliciano will get the IR designation now. They made the roster. They're going to get the IR. To return. Yep. And with that, you're going to bring back Eric Saubert. Ooh. We got the cut list. Let's get the cut and wave list. I got it on my phone. Sorry. Every time I drink anything carbonated, I get gas. I just want to go with some of the players. So here are the players that were released. So these are players that have been released because they are considered veterans and they've had enough, accrued seasons. Ben Barch, offensive lineman, Robbie Chosen, Chris Hubbard, T.Y. McGill Jr., Brandon Parker, Eric Saubert, Trent Taylor, Logan Thomas, Tracy Walker III, Nick Williams, and Rock Yassin. It just hit me that two of these players, maybe because I think you could put two of them on. I think you can use them and bring them back a certain amount of time. So
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how they're going to do it. But if they put Kalia Davis, they know he's going to miss a time. Do you replace him with one of these defensive linemen? And here they go again. I'll read the two, T.Y. McGill or Nick Williams.
I would say that it's possible that T.Y. might be back.
I would think so too. He's been in the system for a few years, right?
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he knows his
Um,
system pretty well.
And if you see any more questions, just star them, and you know we'll get to them. All right, now here's what like kind of blew my mind, right? So as I'm going through it, we got the running backs, we got the fullbacks, the wide receivers. I mean, are we surprised? I mean, Debo, Ronnie Bell, Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings, Chris Conley, Jacob Cowing. I think is it more of a shocker that Ronnie Bell made this roster than it is a surprise? Like, I'm just curious to know what your thoughts on it, because you picked all 7 of these guys.
I'm not shocked that Bell made this roster. I tried to tell people that he was going to make it over Taylor. Like, I literally tried to tell him that Taylor, if they go by what they're supposed to do, then Trent Taylor will not make the 53. And Bell would make it. That's why I put 7 wide receivers on there, because I feel like that Bell is going to be good on special teams, and also if he needs to sub in the offense, because we've seen Bell in this offense before when Ayuk, who is not here right now,
There's the ding ding.
is not able to, so he's not there. So Bell will be, in his stead. It's possible, just like he was last year, because he did a great job whenever he subbed for Ayuk in that Thursday night football game when Ayuk didn't play. I'm just saying he's going to contribute to this offense.
Apparently it was enough, right?
Right.
Because what we saw from him in preseason was a shell of what we saw from him in an NFL season.
That's right.
And I'm sorry,
That's true.
the NFL season outweighs the preseason. This is a key moment to pay attention to what's really going on for everybody that hates on everybody that don't catch a ball or does this. But Ronnie Bell, in my opinion, is just a Kyle Shanahan guy.
Right.
I don't, like, that's just what he
And
is.
Kyle likes him. And he said it before.
Because he's Kyle Shanahan. Like, Kyle Shanahan was that dude. Kyle Shanahan used to be Ronnie Bell. Like,
Yes.
in college, at Texas, type of player, right? So here's my thing. For all of those people that told me to take him off, I had 7 receivers. They was like, take him off. Check him out. Put the DB in. Take him out. I was like, I told y'all I was gonna do a show. Let me make sure my mic backed all the way up. I told y'all I was gonna come for you. No pause. You try to throw shade on Bell. He got more touchdowns than, hold up, Chris Conley, Ricky Pearsall, and Jacob Cowing combined in the NFL. He might only got 3, but he knows how to score touchdowns. Does he know how to catch? That's another question. But he caught them 3 touchdowns. My point is, y'all got to pay attention. There's reasons why he was chosen. Mama, I made it. That's what he's saying. You know how hard it is for a 7th round pick, Peachy, stand out?
Yeah.
You know how hard that must be? I don't know how hard it is. I've never been a 9th or 10th round pick, so I would have no idea.
It really, to me, to find out that he made it was really cool, because, you hear people that are saying, Bell was trashing even in that Thursday night game, like he dropped. What receiver do we have that doesn't drop passes from time to time? Now, let's keep it real.
I'm away. Name a pass catcher.
Give me a pass catcher on this team
that got 0 drops.
Right, that has never never dropped a ball. I'm waiting.
Pause for a moment of silence.
I'm waiting. And this right here is crazy for me because everybody knows that I am a Buckeye.
I hate y'all.
Like through and through.
Y'all just didn't want me to come for y'all.
I like Bell, and he contributes just as much as everybody else does. And as far as, you know, dropping passes, like every single 49er pass catcher has dropped the ball. You cannot do that. You cannot say that, oh, well, you know, because he dropped this and he dropped. Okay, so what? Do we need to just glance at the Super Bowl real quick to see one of our best pass catchers on this team? What happened? I mean, come on. So anyway, my whole thing is I am very happy that Bell made it.
It's about value, Peachy. I think.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
You said his role on special teams. So he's a gunner on special teams.
Exactly.
He's going to have the ability to return punts. Okay. And so I know he had a couple of issues with returning the punts last season. But you got to see if he's going to improve this year. I mean, he's at the end of the day. And see, here's the crazy thing. We don't know if he made it by the skin of his teeth. It doesn't matter. It's all about making it. And then you get the opportunity. What are you going to do with it when you come in here? But Bell is a second-year 49er. And it's just crazy, like how we just be so against these players. Like and I'm not saying that just because he's a Michigan player. I was the first one that said that Ambry Thomas shouldn't make the team. So what are we talking about here? I said Ambry Thomas should not make this roster, not over the talent that we've just witnessed. We just witnessed dogs. Darrell Luter Jr., who made the roster. I thought Rock Yassin would have got one of the spots. I really did. I thought his last game, he was locked. I'm talking pit bull, round the grip, round the neck lock. Like you wasn't throwing on him. I'm like, oh yeah. And then they cut him. You know, they released him. I think the Ambry Thomas is a calculated move by Kyle Shanahan. He's another one of Kyle Shanahan guys. Like, why are they not giving up on these players? That should be the real question. Right. Like, you know what I mean? But literally, when I go over these cuts and I go over these releases, I mean, I can say, like, you know, I think Chris Hubbard or what's the other one? Brandon Parker. They both got cut. I had Brandon Parker making the roster. I think some people had Chris Hubbard making the roster. And then there was a report that went out. I was like, man, it's very interesting that the 49ers only have 2 tackles. And Trent Williams ain't even on the roster.
Yeah.
So that's 2 tackles. Let's talk about that. Let's go. Let me go over the tackles. Let's go over the tackles. So I did call Kyle, tell Kyle to keep him. I ain't gonna front. I told him he'd be stupid if he got rid of him. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. John Feliciano, Nick Zakelj, Jake Brindle, Aaron Banks, Colton McKivitz, Spencer Burford, Jalen Moore, Dominic Big Pun Pooney are your offensive line for 2024. Any surprises there, Peachy? Because I'm going to go through your list just to see who you had, and I'll go through my list to see who I had. Jalen Moore, Aaron Banks, Nick Zakelj. Wait a minute. Did I miss a name? No, I didn't. I just wanted to make sure. So any surprises from you, Peachy?
No. I think I almost had every single one of them, too.
You did. I think you had Jalen Moore, Aaron Banks, Nick Zakelj, Jake Brindle. You had Drake Nugent up there.
Drake Nugent. That's right. I did.
So you must have had one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we both put Isaac Alarcon, even though he was cut. But I think because he's the international player, he'll be an extra player that they could stash. He won't count. Yeah. And then, but I think you got everybody. You had Drake Nugent. Who did I have?
Except for Nugent, yeah.
I had Jalen Moore, Aaron Banks, Nick Zakelj, Jake Brindle. I had Brandon Parker. That was where I made my boo-boo.
That was the one. Okay, well, not bad.
We got close, man. We was off by 1.
You good. Off by 1.
All right, Peachy. Here's your tackles. Jalen Moore, Colt McKivitz. What the fuck?
You know what? I am going to pull a WayneBreezie like right now. And I am going to think positive. And I'm going to say that Trent Williams is on his way back to this squad. And that is why it looks the way it does right now. Because the 49ers expect to have him back in the building very, very soon.
Peachy bomb. Bomb drop. Nitty gritty Niners talk. Bang, bang. Niner gang. All right, I like that. Like I'm with it 100%. But Peachy, that's 3. Only 3 tackles. That means Jalen Moore is the swing tackle? If so, Trent Williams comes back. That means they're going to go with Jalen Moore. They're going to go with 1 tackle. See, last year, see, this is what the Niners do. The Niners be messing with us. Last year, we're used to having a swing tackle. Does everybody know what a swing tackle is? Does everybody know? Swing tackle is when you have an extra tackle on your team and they can play left or right. That's why they're the swing, right? And, you know, they play it relatively well, right? The Niners used to do that. Then last season, they decided to go with a backup left tackle and a backup right tackle, which is why they brought all these extra guys in, Brandon Parker, Chris Hubbard. We're like, oh, shoot. Okay, we you know, okay, cool. I got a question for you. Do you think they're going to convert Spencer Burford back to tackle? Let me read you the guys again. Because see, here's the thing, right? I mentioned John Feliciano. I think he's gonna be one of the IR people.
Yeah.
If you could bring back Brandon Parker or Chris Hubbard, I think they bring back one of those guys. Like, you know what I mean? So they'll get an extra guy. Nigel's talking about Kingston going as a surprise. Why wasn't it a surprise to me? Why did I feel like I said he was gonna get cut and then hopefully he gets stashed on the practice squad?
Yep.
You know?
That's true.
Shout out to everybody watching on X,
Yes.
Facebook, Twitch, wherever we are, and obviously YouTube. Yeah, thank you guys. Pocket Cheese, that's my question. Does Burford go back to outside? That's going to be a good question. It's going to be something good, something to monitor. Okay,
It definitely is.
Something to monitor. We talked about the 2 tight ends, George Kittle, Jake Tongas. That's a dangerous group, but man, like that's only 12 personnel. No 13 personnel. No goal line personnel for 3 tight end sets.
Crazy.
No, that's not what we're doing. Okay. All right.
It's crazy.
Peachy, we got to talk about the quarterbacks because Josh Dobbs, Brock Purdy, Brandon Allen are the 3 quarterbacks. I had us going with 3 quarterbacks. Did you have us going with 3 quarterbacks?
Yes.
You did. These are the 3. My question to you is, who is quarterback 2? Allen was announced first by sources.
So a lot of people say that it's Purdy, Allen, and Dobbs. So I think it should be switched, but Dobbs made it, and that's what matters. So
my thing is, you keep Brandon Allen as that emergency guy. Let him be whatever.
I agree.
However, they
I just
got to
think Dobbs should be second.
Dobbs is QB1 powers. I got you. Don't bother me. Says Juice is third, tight end 3. I could dig it. I think Dobbs.
He needs to do something because he doesn't do enough out there. So he definitely needs. If he can do something else, he needs to do it. That's for sure. They need to find a way to utilize Juice a lot more than they do.
It's gonna be, a lot of people like David McNiner says, "What's good, Wayne and Peachy? Risky cuts might lose Kingston. We're not losing Kingston, dog. He did nothing, in my opinion. I think Kingston clears waivers and the Niners gets the stash. It's a game, y'all."
And we still have to find out what our practice squad looks like because we don't
this is
even
what he's
know.
talking about. This is what
Got
I'm
you.
referring to. That's why I said I think you cut Kingston. He didn't really he flashed one game. I think the Niners realized, hey, we can move. We can cut our 6th round pick.
Yes,
but we can bring them back.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're thinking. Now listen, it's a game, so David, there's a possibility that you're right, and he might be gone. Like somebody might pick him up. Who knows? I don't know, but it is what it is. So we'll see. But back to that quarterback 2 spot, I really feel like. All right, let me ask you this question. Do you win a role in practice, or do you win a job in practice, or do you win a job in a game?
I think you win a job in a game.
Well, if that's the case, Josh Dobbs should be quarterback 1.
It's true. So Monica,
Hey, Monica.
She said the Niners emails got Dobbs as 2.
369. Damn, you look fine.
So we
Saw
will
that
have
369.
to look into that and see if it is, because it should be like like it should be quarterback 2 and Allen 3. Was anybody surprised that Mordecai got waived?
He was an undrafted free agent. There was no way he was going to come in on this roster, beat out guys that played in the NFL.
I just want to know, because on Twitter they was kind of irritated, thinking that some people thought it should have been Allen, some people thought it should have been Dobbs. They felt like that Kyle would keep the young upstart quarterback, and I'm like, man, not about that.
We got a great question.
Kyle's not wanting to do all that.
Great question from, you're right? Great question from Nigel, though. Do you think we lost any of the cut wave players to other teams? Here's my thing. There's possibility, right? Because when you cut or wave players, there's a possibility. Do I think? Yeah. I mean, it's possible. You got to think about all the times we cut a player. I'm like, oh, snap. They end up on the Niners. Last year, Mike and I were talking about it was Il Manning. Remember, we released Il Manning thinking that no one knew who he was. But Arizona was paying close attention. So you got to look at your rivals.
Yep.
You know, those teams are watching you, right? Like the watcher. So it's definitely a strong possibility. Like if we were playing spades, it's a strong possible. Like strong, right? But then you're hoping, Nigel, that our front office, our scouts, our guys are looking to get players from other teams that are being released.
Oh, of course.
Waived, right? And so that's the game. That's the game. You lose one here, but you gain one. You get to learn them, you know, and see how it works out. You know what I mean?
There's a whole lot of players that were let go too. Like I've bookmarked like thousands. I know, but there's all kinds of tight ends and centers and just different like O-line positions and running back. I mean, there's so many teams that let so many players go. I'm quite sure that the 49ers are doing what they do every year. They're scouring out there, and they're going to find our practice squad, I'm sure, is going to be, you know, with some of the 49er players that we just let go, plus others from all over the place.
So just to
like
say,
it is every year.
A quick update that I was unaware of. There was a period of time I had to get my hair cut. Okay, so per Matt Mayoko, anyway, Kalia Davis was the only player that was designated for return today from the IR. So Kalia Davis is the only player that the Niners put on that particular designated IR. They were able to use 2 players. That means that the injuries to some of these players aren't as severe as we thought, which is great because Kyle has to work this IR. Because remember, you can only bring players, you can only bring people back. Was it 2 times, 4 times? I can't remember what the number is. You can only bring them back a certain amount of time. So Kyle has to be very, in particular, remember the first year that rule came in, he fumbled that. Remember? He brought back Elijah Mitchell, and he needed to have brought back, what's that defensive tackle we had? And we couldn't bring him back because we ran out of bringing back people's spots.
Oh, yeah, that's
right. And it was in the NFC Championship game where we could have used the interior because Elijah Mitchell didn't play. I get why people want to move on from Elijah Mitchell. I totally get why. Like, let me stop acting like he went to Michigan or something because he damn sure didn't go to Michigan. He was a raging Cajun. Let me just keep it a buck. But no, so here's it is because Kenny 49 says Drake Jackson and Elijah Mitchell are on the IR and their seasons are over. Yes. Kalia Davis is on the IR designated to return. You could put up to two players on that list before the roster cuts.
Yep.
So before the final 53. So he was the only player that was designated on there. That lets me know that the injuries that we've been hearing about, we've been worrying about all throughout camp probably aren't that severe.
Right.
And the Niners are going to find a way to work around them. But Kalia Davis will be shut down for a while. Right. So then who's going to fulfill that void? Hassan Ridgeway Fish and Chips. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I could not remember his name. I knew he was big and he could stop the run. And what could we do? Stop the run. Like in that game. So I just wanted to put that out there because you could have used 2 IR designated. That's the term of it. IR designated for return. Every team could use up to 2, right? And so it fully ends. And there it is. They had to use it though. So because that they didn't use it,
right?
They only used 1. Maybe Feliciano is good to go. Maybe we're good. Maybe it's going to be, we got 2 weeks before, 13 days.
Yes.
13 days.
Yep.
Until kickoff. Well,
That's right.
49ers football, right? Yes. 13 days. Yesterday was 4. Yeah, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So that's the offense. Let's go through the defense real quick. And who made the defense? Start with that defensive line. We talked about Robert Bill Jr. Are you surprised Bill Jr. made this joint?
No.
Because I got my surprise. There's only one surprise on this list for me. All right,
No,
I'll read the names.
I'm not.
You're not. I'm not. Me neither. Why would I be surprised? Speed.
Right, no.
Speed off the edge. Now, can he
Right.
win his reps? That's another question, but got to give him a chance, right? You decided to can Drake Jackson. You're going to go with this 5th round stud and Robert Bill Jr. I think they're going to get some good stuff out of him. I think he'll be able to come in and give Leonard Floyd some relief. But here's the thing. Robert Bill Jr., Leonard Floyd, Yator Gross-Matos, and Nick Bosa, and Sam Okoye-Unonu are your edge rushers this year.
Yeah.
I thought Jonathan Garvin was going to make this
Me
list over
too.
Sam Okoye-Unonu.
Because I put Jonathan Garvin on here and not Sam because I thought that Garvin would so, yep.
Got to give Sam a round of applause.
Yeah.
Because listen, it wasn't a slight to him. I just thought that Jonathan Garvin was having a better camp and a better preseason. That's what I thought, but they don't pay me to think, you know.
Right.
So Sam Okoye-Unonu, congratulations, man. Welcome to the 53, bro. All right, your interior guys, Kevin Givens, you picked him. Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, and Jordan Elliott. I think those are all the players that you picked for the interior. I felt like I didn't pick Kevin Givens for some reason. I don't know why. Did I? Nope. I went with 8, and so they got an extra one. They got 9. So I didn't have Kevin Givens on my list. So congratulations. Peachy got all of those right, too. Congratulations to Peachy. She nailed 2 categories. She got the wide receivers, and she got the defensive line. Perfect. Wait. Let me make sure you put Robert Bill Jr. Let me just double check. Yes, she did. Perfect. All right. So let's go to the next position, which would be, this is where the Niners like stocked up. Like Curtis Robinson, Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, Tatum Bethune, D. Winters, Fred Warner, Devontae Campbell. I'm not surprised by any of these names, to be honest. I just didn't think that they would take this many linebackers.
The way that everybody was saying DFF, like he was just the odd man out and he wasn't going to make the 53.
So you're surprised that he made it?
That's it, because from everything I was reading, a lot of people didn't think he was going to make it.
But you were just on the show with me last night.
I
told
know
you he was making this roster.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Why would you be surprised? If Breezy said it, then bam. Like, look, remember, but be honest though. Remember I said it was going to come down to Curtis Robinson or DFF. They both play the mic, but
just like you said, you didn't expect for them to keep that many. So that's why I went with
Jalen Graham over Tatum Bethune because of seniority, but I was wrong. Yeah. So Tatum Bethune was the one that they wanted because I think they felt, what if the game is, if we cut Bethune, somebody gonna pick him up. If we cut Graham, we could probably stash him on the practice squad.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know. But they did go with the vets. They went with veterans. This linebacking core is 4 vets, 2 young players, a second-year D. Winters, and a rookie and Tatum Bethune. Yeah. That is dope. Fred Warner, Devondre Campbell, Curtis Robinson. Now, let me ask you this question. You got to make this tough decision. You ready? Okay. And you have to pick a linebacker. All right? You have to pick a linebacker. When Dre Greenlaw comes back off the PUP, which one of these linebackers are you relieving? Is it Curtis Robinson, Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, Tatum Bethune, D. Winters, or Devondre Campbell Sr.? Because I won't even mention King Fred's name.
Yeah, because we know that Fred don't even need to be in this conversation. I would have to go with Flanagan Fowles once Greenlaw comes back. I I like Bethune and Robinson. But Robinson, what I've seen in game time is he's good. He's gonna keep getting better too. So I'm very excited about these guys.
Whoa.
Well, we hope
we
that
hope.
he's gonna
Let's
be.
put that out there.
Okay.
Because
We
Demetrius
hope.
Flanagan Files gives you a good game, then he gives you 17 bad
Right,
ones, and then he gives you
exactly.
another good one. So we hope.
We
You know what I
hope.
mean? Yeah,
Right.
and like
that he can
this
be
is-
more
right.
consistent. Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. I'm not mad. You right. I just want you to know that we just hope we can get, because he hasn't played.
Right.
In my opinion, he's replacing Oren Burks this year. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he's this year's version of Oren Burks,
Which got let go from Philly. And people were saying, should we pick Oren Burks up? Will the 49ers look at bringing Burks back?
Oren Burks was the worst player in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
Hell
I'm just
no.
saying, like, why?
If
Like,
Kylie,
why would they be bringing
if
him
Kylie
back?
is going to come after DFF,
That's what I'm saying.
let me keep it a buck about Oren Burks. It was the worst game of his career.
Woo.
Worst game of his career. Did I say Okwe Nonu wrong? Just get the enunciation. Put it in here phonetically. Shout out to Ryan Paley over on X too. He's watching live.
We
and
appreciate
commenting.
that. But no, it's absolutely no to bringing Burks back. I 100% agree with that. It just seems like, every time a next 49ers player, unless it's Trey Sermon. But if it's anybody else, what I'm saying, they're like, oh, well, maybe the 49ers should bring them back. Whatever. It's like, no.
I don't think Nesto G says that Graham is gonna get poached. I don't think he gets picked up.
I don't either.
Let's try this. You ready? Okwe in Onu.
Onu.
Okwe in Onu.
in Onu.
Okwe
Okay.
in Onu. Okwe in Onu. Okwe in Onu. Okwe in Onu. Just say Sam O. How about
That
we try to
works.
get Sam O on the show so he
Right.
can tell us how to say his damn name.
Exactly.
Like,
that sounds good to me.
Or somebody look up a soundbite where they say it. Sometimes they get the sound bites be wrong too. Like they be pronouncing.
Do you remember when they when they first tried to say Giannis's last
Yes, I do. I still
bad
can't
they
say
butchered it?
Ankentukupuko. I can't say it. I'm not gonna try it. Not gonna even try it. I'm not even gonna do it. Even though I just did. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Joe Boyd says the 49ers backup offensive linemen stink. Why does Moore keep making this team? It's a good question, PG. I'm gonna let you take this one. Because you're the offensive line guru. Oh, we need the offensive line. We need the offensive line. We better get the offensive line.
But
They
that's
finally
why
addressed
we
the
need-
offensive line.
But that's why-
Go ahead,
But
you
what
got this.
he's saying though, what Joe's saying is exactly what I'm saying. Like they did improve with Purdy.
They
Yes,
can't
they
even
did.
pay the offensive linemen that they got.
I know.
And y'all want them to go get more.
We've-
Make it make sense. You pay this guy, and the rest will follow. It's like Field of Dreams. If you build
I
it,
know.
they will come. I think that's how it go.
I 100% agree with what he's saying. I don't get it either. But then you have to look at kind of what Breezie's saying. Like we're already apparently struggling just trying to get the best tackle in the National Football League in here. So you can't just start letting the ones we have here that are experienced to go because
So
obviously we're having problems paying the one that we need to pay. So you can't keep bringing. I mean, he's right. You can't keep doing that. You gotta.
guys, y'all gotta
what
chill.
you got?
Everybody's saying we shouldn't have gotten rid of Kingston. Listen, it's a plan. Trust me. If any team picks up Jared Kingston, then you just gotta give him a round of applause.
Right.
That means they're studying us too damn hard.
Yeah.
Right? They're studying us too damn hard. But at the end of the day, Niners got to figure out how to get Trent Williams in here, and then the depth will look a little bit better, right?
Yes, it definitely will.
Just a little bit, right? Because that's what Jalen Moore, that's what Cole McGivens, their depth. They're just depth. And I think there's a way to be good depth but bad starters, right?
Right.
It's kind of like, you know what? It's kind of like your backup quarterbacks, right? when they come in the game, they just good backup quarterbacks come in the game and be like, yeah, they like, and they could keep the game going. And that's why the questions were out on Brock Purdy very early. It's like, can he continue to do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? And then he did it all the way up into the NFC Championship where he got hurt. Then he came back the next season and took the team to the Super Bowl. So like you can no longer question Brock Purdy and say, oh, he was just a backup quarterback. Well, he was, but clearly he was more than that.
Yes.
That's how the offensive line is, right? It's just like when you lose your starter, they're only supposed to come in to relieve you for a game or two, and then you hope you get your starter back.
Yep.
Once they have a good game, and then once they got to play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, then it shows you why they were backups. Like, you get what I'm saying? So the question is, other than Trent, which offensive lineman, Jalen Moore and Colton McKivitz, them the only two. They're the only two tackles. I'm sorry, those are the only two tackles. Unless you say you're going to move Pooney to tackle.
I really don't want to move Purdy.
Why not? Spencer Burford is back being healthy, and so now he has the ability. I know you don't. I know. I'm just giving an option.
Yeah.
Because I want the best offensive lineman on the football field.
Of course.
Where they play. Like,
that's true.
You can play center for all I can. Like, just be on the field because he's great. It's going to be something to watch, though, right? Something to watch.
Yeah.
Something to watch. Pocket the Cheesecake says, Kingston is gone. Il Manning last season and Jason Poe. Jason Poe is never going to play offensive line for the 49ers. Let me just keep that a buck. Il Manning was scouted by the Cardinals. If the Seahawks pick up Jared, but Il Manning also had a dominant ass preseason. Kingston didn't have a dominant preseason. Had a great game 1. And then game 2 was mid, and then game 3 was bad. Just my thing.
Yeah.
Just my thing. The cool thing is Eddie G and the B-Dog says you can move Burford over, not Pooney. The good thing is they both play tackle. So
yeah.
I would feel more comfortable Pooney protecting the outside over Burford. Let Burford slide his ass right back into the guard. Yeah,
it's possible. They may do it. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. So, that's just my thing, right? You could put him at that left tackle and put it back on that right side. If Jalen Moore doesn't pan out. Like, I think that's kind of like where I am.
Got you.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the offensive line. The offensive line is going to always be a freaking question. Like it is until we start to see some consecutive stuff. All right, we got to talk about the cornerbacks. Now, the 49ers, I don't know if they made a boo-boo or what, but you ready for this? I'm going to read the cornerbacks, and then I want you to just give me your initial reaction. Cornerbacks, number 7, Charvarius Mooney Ward. Cornerback number 20, Ambry Thomas. Cornerback number 22, Isaac Yiadom. Cornerback number 28, Darrell Luter Jr. Cornerback number 31, the rookie, Renardo Green. Any surprises?
Ambry.
I'm not even gonna read the comments. I'm not going to read the comments. I'm not going to read the comments.
Really shocked when I saw that. I'm just saying it was. Like what?
I'm not. Wait, no. I'm lying. I'm surprised. I'm not. No. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. How do I make a shocked face? How do I do it without laughing? Because y'all make me smile. How do I make a shocked face, y'all? Like, because I now you got me stuttering. I don't get it. I don't see it. He gets beat in double coverage. I mean, he gets beat in double moves. He doesn't tackle well all of a sudden. He's also injured. It's the forearm injury.
Pockets.
I'm scratching my head. I'm scratching my head, guys. And they cut Samuel Womack III for Ambry Thomas. It has to be, right? Right? How is Womack III not on this roster and Ambry Thomas? I tell you what, Ambry.
Shocked.
Amber, who you got pregnant on the 49ers, dog? You done messed with somebody. I know you married. It's cool. You ain't got to tell me. But you did something because there's no way. You know what's surprising, though?
What?
There's no Diamador Lenore on this list. There's no Diamador Lenore. Did they make a boo-boo here?
They have to have.
He's not listed as a cornerback.
It's
now,
funny.
you ready for this? Let's go to the safeties. We got all 4 safeties right. Jair Brown, Talanoa Hufanga, George Odom, and Malik Mustafa.
Good news about Huff.
Speaking of Huff, let's talk about Huff. So wait a minute, because Huff's not on this. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Huff has been released off the PUP. Wait, I give that a round of applause. You know what was throwing me off? The next category that they created. Now I'm all thrown off. All right. So so congratulations to Huff. Now let me ask you this question. If Huff is cleared, is he starting next to Jair Brown? Or does George Odom get the role?
I would hope that Huff starts next to Brown.
I gotta. There's only thing we're gonna get, Peachy, is practice.
That's true.
There's no scrimmage, ain't no nothing. But Huff is better than George Odom. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Huff is better than George Odom. Huff is it's not a shot to George Odom, but Huff is the dude. And so
that's for you, Bryce.
Listen, I got them cats on speed dial. If there's still such a thing, I'm with you, Albert. Huff needs a little bit of practice time. I'm with you. Let's talk about the category that the 49ers created for a player. Now, if they created a category for a player, this lets me know that this player, the Niners need to give the extension now.
Yes.
Like, don't wait till after March and you be in this situation again, because I'm telling you right now, the Niners and drama go together. Like they just do, like Kool-Aid and sugar. It's hand in hand. You need both. Can't have 49ers without the drama, and there'll be no drama without the 49ers. And I'm telling you right now, Diamador Lenore is going to have an all-pro season, and he's going to command and demand top dollar on the cornerback market because he will be a free agent. But this dude is not even listed as a cornerback. They listed him as the only defensive back. The only, they all defensive backs. You put the safeties together,
Right.
you put the cornerbacks together, you get
That
defensive
was crazy.
backs.
It was own category.
Peachy, what is going on? Like,
I
listen.
don't know.
Hear me out. And Kenny 49ers is right. It's not on the Niners. The agents will tell the player to wait, see what the market offers. Blah blah blah. Can I just yell? I just feel like yelling. I feel like I ain't yelled in like 6 months. Like, you know what I mean? Here's the thing. This guy got his own category. That lets me know he about to have a crazy year and he's about to be phenomenal. He's about to go crazy. like just the simple fact that he's clapping back on social media, he's about to go crazy. What he said were you even born, Demo, when Mateo played in the league? Like,
It was crazy.
You had to be in grade school, but the fact that he knew what this dude did, I'm just like, man, listen.
Yep, that was fantastic. That was a mic drop, which is what I put on his thing. I literally put mic drop.
People probably like, what is Breezy yapping about now? Okay. So, what's that linebacker name? Manti Te'o, who played for several teams and was trash his whole career. He wasn't
sure
good.
was. He absolutely was.
Yeah, he was trash his whole career, right? Where did he go to school? Notre Dame or UCLA? One of the two.
I think it was Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, right? Trash.
I think so.
Right? Trash his whole career. Came out and said that the 49ers just don't look the same because he flipped on the preseason game and he said they just don't look, they look defeated. They don't look right. And I'm like, bruh.
That he also said 2 preseason games of watching their starters.
Bruh. First of all, it's preseason. That's the first thing. So yes, teams can be exhausted getting back to there, losing. It could take a toll on you mentally, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all that's right. I was cool with the take until he said he watched 2 preseason games of their starters.
Right.
And how they don't look good. They look defeated. Like they look exhausted.
Yeah, emotionally drained. We're exhausted.
They're emotionally drained because they keep getting to the big dance and they can't win it or blah blah blah. Now and I get it. That's a thing. Anyway, to make a long story short, Deommodore Lenoir clapped back. I'm not gonna say what he said. I'm already suspended.
Yeah, you have to go look at it for yourself. We're already suspended, so we can't say it. But go check out.
It wasn't vulgar.
Yeah,
it was just like it was just like, oh, he knows.
Right,
about
Lake
you.
City. That's the whole point. Like, we didn't even play all our starters in the first place, and we definitely didn't play them in 2 preseason games.
Fish and Chip said, I made the content creator roster 5. Now what do I do? I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to cut one or something, but it better not be me, because I'll cut you. That's the rule. All right, we got some questions before we wrap up. So I wanted to shout out to Deommodore Lenoir for working hard, coming in here. Do you remember, Preachy, Deommodore Lenoir, his rookie year, and how he was getting burnt?
Yes.
Like, I mean, toasted. I was. Did we go to that Philly game? And I was like, ooh, Quez walking some receiver. Burnt him. I was like, oh, and remember it was one guy that burned him, but it caught the ball out of bounds. Like, I was like, yo, Deommodore is gonna struggle for a while, but that kid is a certified straight up G.
Yes, he is turning around. He's amazing. The Eagles actually cut Quez Watkins today, as a matter of fact.
Ain't that funny? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? All right, so media wants to know, Breezie, how many vets are we allowed to keep? I thought it was 7. So you could keep 16. I thought you can keep 17 players on the practice squad.
It's 17 players.
And then 7 vets.
Yes.
10 regular players. I mean, 10 other players. Yes. I could be wrong, but I thought that was, you know what I'm saying? And Boats, you're right. The response wasn't that bad. It was just the fact that he knew about the situation with Manti Te'o. Like, I just didn't expect him to know. I think that's what I was trying to say. I didn't expect him to know about that. They're not too far in age, but I just didn't expect him to know.
Right.
All right. I'm still surprised. I'm still looking at this list, and I'm like, dang, yo, are we gonna get some of these players back? I'm still tripping. All right, let's go over the other players, because I only talked about the players that were released. Who do you think on this list is gonna clear waivers? Or who's not gonna clear waivers? How about that? That's easier. Isaac Alarcon, does he clear waivers?
Yeah, he clears waivers. He'll be back.
Defensive lineman Evan Anderson, does he clear waivers? He was the undrafted defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Okay. The defensive lineman edge Alex Barrett, does he clear waivers?
No.
You think somebody picks him up?
I think somebody picks him up.
Oh shoot, we spiked
Barrett. I think so.
Defensive lineman Shaquille Brown, does he clear waivers?
Yeah.
Defensive lineman Jonathan Garvin, does he clear waivers?
Yes, because I thought he should have made the 53. So.
Okay, but you think he's gonna? So you don't think anybody else is gonna pick him up? So when I say clear waivers, that means for the Niners to bring him back.
No, I do not think that he's going to, because I feel like he should have made the 53. My bad. I got it. I just got all. Yeah.
Linebacker Jalen Graham, does he clear waivers?
No.
Ooh.
I think somebody picks him up too.
Maybe he'll go to Tennessee, even though they got enough.
They might, right? God,
just pay attention.
It's crazy
to the former 49er teams.
I'm telling you. Yep.
Yeah, pay attention.
Tennessee or Washington.
Danny Gray, does he clear waivers?
Danny Gray? No, I think somebody picks him up.
What?
Yes, I think.
Bullshit.
one of these teams that let go of a whole bunch of receivers, I think that Gray, they may think that they might be able to get something out of Gray.
Okay. That's what I'm asking
Maybe
you.
like Buffalo or something like that. Buffalo's depleted. Buffalo let go of quite a few receivers.
You the expert. That's why I'm asking. All right. Sebastian Gutierrez, offensive lineman. Does he clear waivers?
Yes.
Offensive lineman Jarrett Kingston, 6th round pick. Does he clear waivers?
Dang. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I think Kingston will be back.
Okay. Tight end Cameron Latou. Does he clear waivers?
No, I think that someone will pick up Latou. There was a lot of tight ends that were let go off these teams too. I think that they might be able to find some use out of Latou.
Cornerback Chase Lucas. Does he clear waivers?
I think that Chase will clear.
Okay. Safety Jalen Mahoney, undrafted free agent. Does he clear waivers?
I think Mahoney clears.
Wide receiver Tay Martin. Does he clear waivers?
He definitely clears.
Quarterback Tanner Mordecai. Does he clear waivers?
Yeah, I think Mordecai will clear.
Offensive lineman Drake Nugent. Does he clear waivers?
I think Nugent clears too.
Tight end Mason Pline. Does he clear waivers?
Yeah.
Running back Cody Schrader. Does he clear waivers?
No.
You think somebody's going to pick up
Too
Cody
many
Schrader?
teams need running backs. I can name you about 4 teams right now that only have 2 running backs currently on their roster. Somebody will pick up Schrader.
Interesting. Tight end Braden Willis. Does he clear waivers?
Dang. I'm gonna say no.
So Braden Willis is going to get picked up. I like that. And last but not least, cornerback Samuel Womack III. Does he clear waivers? I'm praying he clears waivers. Does he clear waivers?
Yes, and I'm praying that he clears waivers too, because I want him back on this practice squad. That would be great.
All right, so we're gonna figure it out. So tomorrow, if I do the WayneBreezie show, I'm gonna try to figure out which of these guys are gonna make up. How many of these guys are gonna make up the 49ers practice squad? Because they released 27 players. So how many are gonna make the practice squad? Anshul said 49er Media says I think Kingston will be on the 53, and I get it, right? Because we talked about Trent Williams not being here, and there's a possibility that somebody, John Feliciano, they might put him on the IR, and then he'll be a player that they look to bring back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? After, what is it, 6 weeks, I believe, and so then you bring this kid back up there. So yeah, like after all these other moves happen, that's when you're gonna really kind of like see how this roster is going to kind of like pan out, like, you know what I mean? Do we have any other questions starred or anything like that? Let's go to Lake City Fresh. I'm happy for Bell because you can tell he got hard. Yeah, it's the toughness, right? I remember us having some other wide receivers and they were just straight up not tough, soft.
Right.
And Bell, you watch him take hits, you watched him get licked and like, right? But he's real tough and he's a great run blocker, and I wonder where he learned it from. His name starts with a B. His last name ends with an A. So I'm sure that's who he was learning from. And so that's why, like, for Brandon Ayuk, you know, like, I kind of wish he was in camp. You know what I'm saying? Because who are they really learning from out there? Debo's a different animal. So, like, yeah, you can learn from Debo, but he's just different. He's built different. He does things differently. Brandon Ayuk is the wide receiver you kind of want to model your game after. If you're going to be a wide receiver, you got to be built a certain way and have a different mindset to play like Debo Samuel. Not everybody built for that. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that Debo's not a good wide receiver. I'm just saying he's built and wired a little bit differently, and not everybody's built to play football with that type of physicality. Brandon Ayuk, man, is like fluid and smooth and strong and everything. I feel like these wide receivers could have benefited from that, but they did get an opportunity to get some reps. So I'm happy for Bell too, Lake City. And then Papa J says, do you think CMC will get a little bit more rest? Now, I'm concerned about CMC. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Yeah, me too. Ain't really saying anything about CMC either.
It was just a simple small calf strain.
Yep.
Right? Notice how he got that calf strain the moment he got his guarantees.
Right.
We're not going to have that conversation. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. They're definitely not ready for that. But what if the calf strain is something a little bit more severe and we start the season off with Jordan Mason?
Yeah.
Which I'm cool with. You know why? Because we no Trent Williams, no running to the left. Jordan Mason is a north-south guy. He's going to get you 6 or 7 yards per carry. I think I would be cool with that. If CMC couldn't go week 1 and was dealing with some type of injury, I'm okay if Jordan Mason was the starter. There's a possibility Jordan Mason could be starting week 1. That's crazy.
Could be.
That's fudged up because now my fantasy. I know Christian McCaffrey said F my fantasy football team, but bruh,
Mine too. Mine 3.
You need to get them calves out there, dog.
Lord.
I'm trying to win.
That's up a bunch of
Oh man, what a great show, guys! Thank y'all so much for tuning in. PG, any final thoughts? Like overall, how you feeling about the roster? Even though we know that we're missing 2 people, how are you feeling overall about the roster?
I'm okay. I'm a little confused about the tight ends. I really am confused about just having 2 tight ends. I think that's the only thing that's really got me confused is that right there. But I guess, the 49ers, like I think, are probably going to bring Saubert back. It's probably a handshake agreement. He's probably coming back to this roster. This practice squad, I think, is going to be awesome. The guys that are going to be on this practice squad is going to be really, really great. So I'm very excited about that. Just the secondary, it's good. Of course, we know that it's not set in stone and, everything like that. And I guess that makes it better. I am very intrigued to see who makes it back. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on that as to what we said on here tonight and see, how that goes and see who we got right and who we got wrong about coming back this way and who winds up being on the practice squad. But you guys were great. The interaction was awesome. Breezy got to gloat about his.
I feel like I didn't go hard enough at those.
You definitely did not go hard. I thought you were going to do.
I felt like I was like people were probably going to get fired from work because I was yelling. I wasn't going to curse at y'all. I just wanted y'all to know that y'all don't know shit. That's what I wanted y'all to know. Like real talk. I really did. Straight up. Hey, this comment right here. What if Jawan Jennings is converted to a tight end?
Wow. Hey, that's something to think about. Let's just leave it right there.
Let's just leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. We'll see you guys back on Monday. All right? Stay up. Keep it nitty gritty, y'all. Hey.
Breezy, gritty, this that Niners
Mo's
talk.
nose.
PG, it's
about that time. Everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's knows Peachy, Breezy, and Fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you Nine to Talk. We 2 gorilla silverback, 9 silver
You know it's
hawks.
busting good discussion cause we get it in. Every time we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's WayneBreezie, Peachy, Mo's nose, and Fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Niners talk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk.